You are looking at the newest addition to Liberty Village, and it is an unusual structure for a neighborhood known for its contemporary and chic remakes of historic buildings in the city. And this building, which opened its doors for the first time today, hasn't been without controversy, but for at least a year it will be here to protect the city's most vulnerable from the cold. The neighborhood has become a haven for new developments, with condos under construction at every turn. But today it's a new dome-like structure turning heads in Liberty Village, popping up in the middle of Lamport Stadium's parking lot.
I look at the window and I see the Respite Center, and it just made me realize that not everyone can be in a nice restaurant in the middle of the winter.
This is one of 3 new Respite Centers in the downtown area built to help meet the massive demand for beds in the winter. Last year, Toronto's shelter system was in crisis mode, bursting at the seams, operating at almost capacity for the entire winter. Conditions also unsanitary in some centers. The city was under fire after nearly 100 homeless people died in the cold.
These people are everyday people that, your brothers, your sisters, your moms, your dads, and that have fallen on some hard time for a variety of reasons.
The 3 temporary shelters will provide nearly 300 beds, as well as bathrooms and showers to those in need. While advocates say this addresses the emergency need, it's not enough.
The key here, I think, that we all have to keep in mind is this is a temporary solution to a long-term problem, and that's what we have to figure out.
That being affordable housing for one.
As more shelters become available and other more permanent housing spaces become available, the need for this type of structure will be reduced.
The idea behind the semi-permanent structure is that it could be repurposed in the future if the city decides the location isn't ideal for a shelter. And Liberty Village was a controversial choice, criticized early on for being inaccessible to those who might need it most. But some residents say that's a misconception. So when you were living here, you did notice that there were people in need?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
This area.
A lot of laneways, people just hanging out, living in the streets. Yeah, I think it's a great location for it.
It's not going to devalue the neighborhood in any way. I think it's a phenomenal idea, especially because it's wintertime and there's a lot of homeless people down here. So for them to come get some warmth, get shelter, to even have a shower, like just the basic necessities, that's actually really a great thing to do. I'm really proud of the city for doing that. Yeah.
The city is spending $2.5 million to construct each of the 3 sites. Now, this one in Liberty Village opened today. The other 2, one in Queens Quay and one in Fort York, are set to open in January.